Today is gonna be the day that today's gonna be the day. Greetings, fellow lovers of very bougie Italian Balisongs. That's the word. I didn't forget what they were called. Howdy do, goys and borals. DenDenBMX here, and did you guys see that replicants are like almost $400 now? Apparently. Wait, is it 400 or 500? Imagine it's 500. Is it 500? Hold on. Wait, did Knife Center delete comments about how expensive it is? That's kind of funny. But yeah, apparently replicants are almost $400 now, which is a little goofy. You know, back in my day, replicants were only like $250. Yeah, BRS, does it really cost almost $400 for you guys to create a Balisong with bad tolerances that people pretty much buy solely so that they can mod it? Is it really that expensive? Is it? Ladies and genitals, today we're going to be looking at a Balisong from a brand that BRS is apparently trying to compete with now price-wise, and that brand is known as Ceroni because it's actually just one guy whose last name is Ceroni, and he makes this Balisong. What's this Balisong called? I'm really glad you asked. It is the Ceroni Trinidad Scorpion. Just look at it. It's kind of scary. Let us roll the bees. As always, real quick, I just want to thank you guys for all the love and support you've shown me on all my recent videos. It truly does mean a lot. If you guys go on to enjoy this video, I would really appreciate it if you let me know and help support the engagement on this video by leaving a like, leave a comment, give me your thoughts and opinions, maybe share the video around. And if you regularly watch my channel and you haven't yet subscribed, thanks, jackass. We are not that far away from 17,000 subs, which is our current goal. So if you regularly watch my channel and you haven't already subscribed and you're just looking for one simple, quick, fast way to not look like such a dick, you can hit the subscribe button and help us get to 17K. So not only am I thanking you, but I have more people to thank. I have to thank KPL for being the sponsor of today's video. As always, if you guys want to get yourself some KPL products, make sure you use the link that is pinned in the comment section of this video, and it'll also be in the bio. You click on that link, it'll take you to KPL's website. Get whatever your heart desires, and then over at checkout, use code DenDenBMX. If you use my link and use my code, you will get a discount, and I will get some kickback from your purchase. I also want to thank Pyro Flipper and Ceroni Knives for hosting this pass around and for letting me partake in it. I greatly appreciate the opportunity to be able to show you guys these crazy knives, because without this opportunity, I probably would have never even seen a Ceroni knife in person. But enough being a tool, we'll save some of it for later. For now, we have to talk about the Trinidad Scorpion. Actually, first we have to talk about this very robust badonkadonk of a case that this thing came in. Wow. Oh, that was a satisfying sound. So as you can see, the Trinidad Scorpion just nuzzles its cute little ass right in there. What I like about this foam is it's all one piece, but it's like cubed. I don't know, it gives it like a really cool look. I'm very easily entertained. And then also, you see this soft foam padding up here, but if we peel back the foreskin, you'll be able to see that there is this little credit card, it would appear, but it's not a credit card. It's sort of a credit card if credit cards were made of titanium and they listed the specs for your one-of-a-kind Balisong. While you may see a credit card, most people would call this a certificate of authenticity. And in the last video about the Integralis 2, I had some unfortunate news for Pyro Flipper, which was that I didn't have the COA for the Integralis 2, because somehow I ended up getting a hold of 2 Trinidad Scorpion COAs and 1 COA for a different Ceroni knife that we have yet to look at. But I'm here again today, unfortunately, to present another twist in the tale of the misplaced Ceroni titanium certificates of authenticity. I have 2 COAs for a Trinidad Scorpion. Here's where it gets a little funny. The Trinidad Scorpion that I'm reviewing today has a little number 5 birthmark right there. However, the 2 COAs that I've received are for Trinidad Scorpion number 4 and Trinidad Scorpion number 26. So yeah, I thought I was missing just one. Turns out I am missing one, but there's also another one missing because the COA for Trinidad Scorpion number 5 is not one of these. I will keep you guys updated on the saga, and we will see if the last Ceroni knife is actually matching towards its COA. But yeah, I figured I'd let Pyro know about that. Maybe he's like fully well aware of that. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. I figured I'd inform him though, but that's just how I received them. I'm not the one doing this. I don't have like a surplus of titanium credit cards that are Ceroni COAs that I can just switch around. Number 15, we have Trinidad Scorpion number 15. So yeah, we have Trinidad Scorpion number 5, and this is the COA for Trinidad Scorpion number 4. So I guess that's close enough. So we'll list off the specs for Trinidad Scorpion number 4, and we can just pretend that this is Trinidad Scorpion number 4. Trinidad Scorpion. So the blade steel is RWL 34 blade steel. Again, just like the Integralis 2, Ceroni really likes using RWL 34 blade steel. The handles are channel titanium Ti 6 ALV4 titanium, which is a very, very high quality titanium. Now the pivots that this Balisong comes with is made out of the exact same grade of titanium, and as you can see, they're anodized a very nice purple blue. This Balisong runs on bushings, and Trinidad Scorpion number 4 weighs in at exactly 4.09 ounces. And while this may not be exactly that weight, it is quite a light Balisong. I would say it's like the low 4-ounce range. So the last video about the Ceroni Integralis 2 Thai trainer, I uploaded that video, and then Mr. Ceroni, he slid up into my DMs and he's like, hey, Den, do it squirt? But no, he messaged me saying that he enjoyed the video, but he also wanted to let everybody know that every Balisong that I've received in this Ceroni pass round was originally a prototype. And they have all kind of just been modified on their journey because the pass round for these 3 Ceroni Balisongs has been going on for quite some time, and he just asked me to let it be known that these are prototypes and that certain improvements and QC changes and finishes and stuff like that have changed since the release of these. That being said, I think Ceroni has one sort of critical little flaw that he really needs to look at, which is that the tips of his live blades are terrifying for one, but they also seem to be really fragile. Based off the consensus of the community and some pictures that I personally have seen of some Ceroni knives, the tips on these Balisongs are not the strongest, not by a long shot.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
Actually, one of our channel members, Modern Balisong, he had a Ceroni live blade, and that thing broke off probably like right here. He lost like 1/10 of the blade length. It was kind of crazy where it broke. And unfortunately, when I received this Balisong, the tip on it was indeed a tad bit bent. It's straight for most of it, and then right when it gets up to the tip, it does like a little squiggly. So keep that in mind if you are in the market for a Ceroni Balisong, which is a rather expensive endeavor, I might add. I believe a Trinidad Scorpion will cost you right around $1,200. But each Trinidad Scorpion is a little bit unique. That's why they all get numbered and they all get their own unique COA. So I would expect them to be somewhere in that $1,000 to maybe even $1,500 range. But enough yapping about this thing. Let's actually go flip it. All right, you mongrels. So how does the Ceroni Trinidad Scorpion flip? I think it flips pretty good. I think it flips a little bit better than the Integralis 2 Thai trainer. There's not as many things that it's a little wonky with. It's very well balanced, and I like the way it flips. It doesn't really like fight me with any tricks that I can think of. However, this is probably one of, if not the scariest Balisong that I've ever flipped. It's a combination of how it looks and this tip that this thing has. This has got to be one of the scariest tips that I've flipped in quite a minute. That is one pointy boy. However, it is also a bent pointy boy. I'll try and get a good picture of it. But yeah, the tip on this Balisong is a little bent. It's a little funny looking. However, I must say, this thing still does flip really nice. I am a little bit scared of flipping it. Mainly what I'm scared to do on this thing is just like aerial kind of stuff. Also because I cut myself doing an aerial on this thing already. I nicked myself right there yesterday doing a little double aerial, so I'm a little on edge with this thing. But yeah, like I mentioned in the LDY Cygnus video, I am not the biggest fan of getting cut because it just annoys the crap out of me more than anything. Yeah, getting cut hurts. I'm not going to deny that it doesn't hurt. I just find it more irritating than anything else. And after experiencing like 8, 9, 10 years of that, I'm pretty over it. So please excuse my flipping if it's not up to snuff as compared to some of my other videos. It's just when I get live blades that I'm not particularly used to and come with a terrifying tip like this thing does, I just kind of take it a little bit easier with the flipping. Let's do a sound test on this stinky boy. It's pretty dry right now, so we'll do the dry sound test, and then of course we'll throw some KPL in there and see what she sounds like afterwards. So here's the sound test for the Ceroni Trinidad Scorpion. we're actually going to stick to using KPL Original on the Ceronis. All right, here's the sound test of the Ceroni Trinidad Scorpion with some KPL Original in there. Oh god. So yeah, it's not the bounciest or the nuttiest Balisong in the world, but it is a little bit nuttier and a little bouncier than the Integralis 2 that we looked at in the last video. And again, I think that's because of the pinsless system that this thing runs. But yeah, I didn't really make a big ol' hoopla about it in the Integralis 2 video, but Ceroni really likes his pinsless designed Balisongs, as opposed to having Zen pins or Tang pins. And I think that used to be looked at as a much more premium feature than it really is looked at now, because at first it was just like a bunch of guys that made grails were coming out with pinsless designs, but then people got to see Balisongs like the Monarch, and they saw how it started off with a handle gap that was probably bigger than this, but then within like, I don't know, 5 minutes, the handles were slapping because the part of the handles that they used as the pin caved in because titanium isn't as strong as hardened steel. But it seems like Ceroni has a pretty good grasp on how to make a good pinsless design Balisong that's not going to cave in. And like we've mentioned a couple times already, these Balisongs have been around town for quite some time. They've been passed around the Balisong community for quite some time. These boys are pretty worn and used. These guys have been in almost as many hands as your mom. I'm just kidding. We all know your mom's heart belongs to me and no one else, and that's why I'm your guys' stay-at-home stepdad. But yeah, these Ceronis have been around the block for a while, and I must say the handle gap on all three of them has remained quite large. Like, this is a pretty big handle gap. I think a lot of people might be turned off by how much handle gap these Ceronis have, but I actually love it. I love a Balisong with a good handle gap, just kind of like the way it looks over handles that are pretty close together. Ladders on this thing feel really good. The jimping on these Ceroni Balisongs is a little understated. I kind of wish it was a little bit deeper, but since they are titanium handles, titanium is already way grippier than that shit-ass metal known as aluminum, so it's not that big of a deal on titanium Balisongs. But yeah, this thing flips pretty nice. I believe this particular one is a little bit lighter than the Integralis 2. It's pretty flowy. It feels pretty good. I like this thing. It's just a little scary with that blade. There is one thing that I found a little weird about flipping the Trinidad Scorpion Live Blade, which is the back of the blade. Now, Ceroni has this whole little section on the blade that's kind of like dedicated to like be very comfortable where your fingers go. So stuff like rollovers and chaplains especially feel really nice on this Balisong, but that's only like a third of the back of the blade. The rest of the back of the blade is this faux edge. It looks like an edge, but it's not actually sharpened. I'm pretty sure someone could actually sharpen this if they wanted to and have basically like a double-edged Balisong. But the way that I received it, it almost feels like it's sharpened, so it almost threw me off a little bit. I thought I was holding the wrong handle. So it's just a little weird, goofy thing that I found. It feels good. Everything on this thing feels really nice. Rollovers, twirls, ladders, all that stuff feels really good. Aerials are pretty easy to time. I'm just kind of being a little bit of a baby with them on this Balisong. Parabolics feel nice. They're pretty predictable. They're just a little scary because that tip really is something else. Even though it's bent, it's gotten me a few times already. And I'm not trying to... Ay! Just got me right there. Don't thunder fuck me, YouTube. But yeah, that cut me just a little bit. The tip just barely grazed my finger and it went through, and it's right next to the other cut that I got yesterday. So that's awesome. That's probably going to feel real good later. It's always the little cuts that are the most annoying and the most painful, I find. So yeah, aerials on this thing, they feel good. They're just a teensy little bit scary. Scissors should be doable. Yeah, I did one. It was a very cautious scissor, but I did one. Yeah, parabolics feel pretty good on this thing. Hoi. Hoi. Oh! A lot of movement in that one, but I did it. I did it first try, too. So yeah, I like the way this one flips. I think if I got a little bit more used to how terrifying that tip is and just flip this Balisong consistently for a little while, I could see myself getting real comfortable with this thing. It's a light, fast flipper. The balance on this one in particular is pretty dang neutral, so it doesn't carry that much momentum, which is a thing that I would find to be a little weird because I kind of like it when my Balisongs have a little bit more momentum, but I still think you can get pretty dang fast with this thing. Okay, that was weird. My GoPro geeked out there for a second. SpongeBob, me boy, I'm geeking. What was I saying? I know that a lot of those really good that professional big dick balisong flippers like really neutral balisongs, but it's all subjective, so I'm sure that there's a lot of really good flippers that like really momentum heavy balisongs. We're gonna ignore that happen. But yeah, I could see a lot of people really liking the way that this thing flips. I personally would prefer it to have a little bit more momentum to it on the ends of the handles, but I still really like the way this thing flips. I like the way this thing flips more than the Integralis 2. Again, it's all subjective. Oh, that was funky. Let's try that again. Oh, that was also funky, but it worked. I really like this one. One more scissor. Never mind. Yeah, when I get these new balisongs that I've never flipped before that come really stupid sharp or have like this crazy fuck you tip on it, I'm not really scared to send anything. It's just like I send it cautiously, so I don't send it with as much, I don't know, commitment or confidence as I normally would. And that's usually when I mess up and cut myself. So when I'm flipping these, I kind of just got to turn off my brain and hope I don't cut myself. But yeah, to wrap up this video, we'll try one more scissor, see if we can do it. It was a little funky, but worked. All right, let's try that again. Choker fan. Parabolic. Something. Scissor. Oh, try this. Double aerial. Parabolic. Into the scissor. Come on. Okay, that counts. Fuck it. Who cares? That counts in the UK. One more aerial. One more. Oh, God. All right, I'm going to stop flipping before I send myself into the hospital. Just kidding. I want to do this. All right. Now I'm going to stop flipping. That is going to conclude the flipping demo for the Trinidad Scorpion. I like this thing. I'd say the biggest downside to it is the tip is a little fragile and bent and fuck. I can fix it. I can fix it. I bent it a little more. Now the tip is like curled over a little bit. Dang it. So, well, shit. I'm sorry. I flipped over carpet. I didn't flip it over anything crazy. I probably should have sat down for this flipping demo. I don't know. I'm a bozo. But yeah, that's probably the one downside that people have about Ceroni's live blades is that the tips are pretty fragile. And I found that out firsthand because I dropped it like 2 feet onto carpet and I bent the tip just a little bit more. Dang it. Oh man, that looks shit. So yeah, for the rest of the time I have this thing, I'm going to flip it as close to the floor as humanly possible. But for now, I think that is going to wrap up the flipping demo of the Ceroni Trinidad Scorpion. I'm sorry I bent the tip a little bit more. Oh, how unfortunate. But all right. All right, let's get our final concluding thoughts on this thought. So I didn't really intend for my fragile Ceroni blade spiel to be foreshadowing, but I ended up bending the top of this blade a little bit. And you guys saw me do it just now. It wasn't like I went outside and flipped on concrete and then just like went whoop. No, I was trying a trick and I ended up dropping it on my carpet from a height of about 2.5 feet. I don't know. And yeah, there's a reason I didn't show you guys a picture of what it looked like before I dropped it because I didn't take a picture of it. But I have a picture of what it looks like now, so yeah, my bad. I mean, if we're being real, probably shouldn't have been that easy for me to bend it even more, but it happened. I didn't do it on purpose. I'm very sorry. Yeah, I didn't break it off completely, but now it takes quite a bit more of a sudden and dramatic turn to the east. So that's a bit unfortunate, and that's probably the one downside I can think of for this balisong, other than maybe like the bounciness and the nuttiness of it, just because it's not the nuttiest thing in the world, but it's a pinless balisong, and I don't really expect pinless balisongs to be that bouncy and that nutty. I think it is a very nice, lightweight, neutral flipper, and I genuinely think that if Ceroni figures out the fragile tip issue, then honestly, I can kind of see why these are so expensive, because they flip really, really nice, and they are built really, really nice, and they look really, really nice. It's just this particular part of these balisongs when they're live blades are a little too fragile from what I have personally seen and also what I have experienced today. But other than that, it's really nice titanium. It's a really cool blade steel, maybe a little soft, but it is a really cool blade steel. The build quality of this thing is really nice. There's almost no play. There isn't any tap. I love the way the blade looks. I love the way the handles look. I love the way the handles feel. I love the way this thing flips. And if you are a competitive flipper or just a collector or somebody in the market for a Ceroni balisong that's a very, very good, proficient flipper, I would recommend Ceroni. I'd maybe look on the used market, see if you can get a bit of a better deal. I don't know. I kind of have a moral obligation of a balisong going over like $1,000. I think $700, $800, $900 is pushing it a little bit. And then once you get into that $1,000 range, I don't really think that price can be justified, really. That's just like from my point of view. Well, with the overall build quality, you know, sans fragile tip, the the materials used, the attention to detail, the fit and finish on this Balisong, the overall design, the exclusivity of it, because they're all kind of one of a kind, the crazy case that you get with it, the titanium COA you get with it, the tie hardware, the real nice bushings, a pinsless pivot system that's done right, that isn't caving in from what I can see. It's got speed channels, it's got jimping, it's got these really bougie carbon fiber inlays, just all the attention to detail, all the like overall fit and finish of this Balisong on top of how well it flips. I could easily see how someone would think the price of these is justified by all that stuff. I personally maybe not am quite there yet, but regardless, this is a very, 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 very nice Balisong. Literally the one downside that I can think of about it is just that fragile tip. But other than that, I can kind of see why these Balisongs are so expensive. I am very impressed by the Trinidad Scorpion. And with that, I think we are going to conclude today's video about the Trinidad Scorpion. We have gotten through 2 of the Ceroni Balisongs that I have received. We have 1 more to go. And this one is the one that I was looking forward to the most because it's by far one of the most interesting Balisongs that I personally have ever come across. And I can't wait to show it to you guys. So make sure you guys are subscribed and hit that bell notification so that you guys can be notified when the 3rd and final Ceroni Balisong review comes out. But that is going to wrap up today's review. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. Before we go, I want to give a big, huge shout out to Modern Balisong, Cosmic Steez, Yannick Kaminsky, and Horse Running. Those are the 4 current channel members, and these guys' support really does mean a lot. If you want to join these guys, get a shout out in my longer videos, get access to the occasional exclusive members only video. One of those videos including the unboxing for all 3 of these Ceronis, so you can get a special early look at the one we haven't reviewed yet. And if you just want to help support the channel in a bigger way, then you can go down there, click that little join button, and become a channel member today. Tiers start as low as $3, but if that's too much of a commitment, you don't really want all those perks, but you do want to monetarily support the channel, but as like a one-time thing, there's that super thanks button down there. It's kind of like a little tip jar. But besides that, I want to give a big thank you once again to Ceroni Knives and Pyro Flipper for letting me be part of this pass around and letting me try these Balisongs out and make these reviews for you guys. I really do appreciate the opportunity, and I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. So definitely go give both Ceroni Knives and Pyro Flipper a follow. Also, a huge thank you to KPL for sponsoring today's video. As always, go follow them, go get some KPL stuff. Use the link in the bio, use my code DenDenBMX. You'll get a nice discount. I'll get some kickback, and everybody's going to be happy. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. I really hope you enjoyed. Once again, if you did, make sure you let me know how about the engagement on this video. Leave a like, leave a comment, share the video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, which you should be already if you watch my videos regularly. Twat. But I think I am done being a tool. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.